Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, guys. I guess welcome to future listeners to a
Right.
new podcast.
Right. Yeah.
It's me and Mo.
Yeah. I'm here.
You don't know him yet. He's another episode we recorded but haven't released. But yeah, it's going to be me and him doing horror movie podcasts. This is the intro episode. We're going to see how it goes. We're both big horror and movie buffs in general.
Very true. Very
so
true.
We can do all types of film shit.
I think we will probably end up doing more than horror, but
Yeah.
horror is always a great place to start
Yeah.
to branch into other movies.
And to me, horror, and I'm sure to you too, branches out farther than people who don't like horror.
Absolutely.
People go, "Oh, that's not a horror." I'm like, dude, Rosemary's Baby or Jaws, like those are horror
Or
films.
yeah, absolutely.
To me,
100%. I mean,
So-
Jaws is a monster flick.
Yeah,
So like,
exactly.
they're
people are like, "Oh, it doesn't have ghosts or zombies. It's
whoa,
not horror."
whoa,
dude."
whoa, whoa, sound like some very close-minded people.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Most people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, so I think we were going to start off by talking about our favorite types of horror movies.
Yeah. What's your favorite like subgenre?
I'm a huge fan of the satanic cult genre.
Yeah. Me too.
Just recently watched The House of the Devil.
Great one.
Thought it was great. Understated, kind of perfect in a sense.
Yep.
Suspiria.
Yeah. Suspiria.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
Dario Argento.
I'm big. I like all the Italian
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I like most of it too. I haven't seen all of it, to be honest. I've seen mostly his stuff. I did see that newer movie that he made, Yellow or whatever the fuck it was called.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just a big fan of cult shit. I like sacrifice. You know. I'm a big fan of girls tied up. I don't know.
Yeah. I got some good so there's like a subgenre within Italian horror that is like it's like their version of a slasher.
Okay.
So Pieces.
Haven't seen it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like if Italy made an 80s slasher flick in the 70s.
Okay.
Like sexploitation.
Cool.
Hot Italian models getting
That sounds
stalked.
awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds really awesome.
Yeah. And I also like even though it's like obviously the women are like there are always like at least one super badass chick. in
Yeah,
those.
for
You know
sure.
what I mean? Where they're like they end up winning in the
For
end.
sure. Like yeah,
is
like
cool.
like Nancy in Suspiria or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And they humiliate. Have you seen the one where he talks like a duck?
No.
It's like the New York City Ripper, and it's wild because like the killer calls him. He's like, he talks like
Yeah.
a fucking duck. But they like end up humiliating him, and like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
okay.
like this,
yeah. Like the last house on the left shit.
Yeah,
Or is
yeah.
was that no?
Well, they're really humiliating. I mean,
Yeah.
they're fucking him up. But
that's
yeah.
when wait, am I thinking of a different movie? Is that when she gets raped? Okay, and then she goes back and kills them all.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Yeah. All
The
right.
So there's the original,
Yeah.
which is 1977, and it's basically a porno. It's
Right.
Wes Craven's first movie.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the original.
Yeah.
I've only seen the shitty remake that wasn't actually that shitty.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, yeah, it's a good gore flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rape scene was incredibly explicit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more. The rape scene in that is more. I guess. They show more, but the one in it's more because there's like no music. It's longer.
Okay.
It's like
Jesus
a
Christ.
long shot. You know,
No
it's just
music.
like
Just
you know what I mean?
stale.
It's not stylized at all.
stale,
it's like one
drawn
shot.
out rape.
It's like fuck. You're
That's
just
gnarly.
watching it. It's not like cut scenes and yeah.
Your favorite?
I mean, okay. So besides cult stuff, I mean, I have a affinity for certain cheesy cult horror flicks. They fall into like there's some that I hate. They're like just don't make the cut, and some that are just the greatest movies of all time. So that started like in the 80s and into the 90s.
Okay.
So like some of my favorite movies, I mean, the original Nightmare, doesn't really fall in the cheesy category, but Dream Warriors.
Haven't seen that. There's a lot that I haven't seen.
Yeah, I mean, I love the 80s. That's where I like got started.
Yeah.
In horror, I was like Halloween,
Fantastic. Season of the Witch. Fantastic.
Then Season of the Witch,
Yeah.
and then even Hellraiser.
Yeah, Hellraiser has. I really like the Hellraiser movies.
Yeah.
I could say
They're weird.
They're dope.
Yeah.
They're super dope. Hellraiser probably the coolest villain out of.
Okay. Pinhead.
Yeah,
Or
Pinhead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he looks cool.
but
Clive Barker just does dope villains.
all of the like demons
Mm-hmm.
that come out of like the fucking gate or whatever
Yeah.
are all really fucking cool looking. They're all like
Yeah.
super like BDSM
Mm-hmm.
and like no, Clive Barker killed it.
Fuck, what's the name of that movie? It's another Clive Barker movie. I think it's early 90s. I'm gonna have to look it up, folks.
On the topic of
Mm-hmm.
kind of corny cultish horror movies,
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched The Craft the other day with my girlfriend.
I like that.
It's a great movie.
Good movie.
It's a really good movie. One of the things that really stood out to me in that movie was that there's like some scenes with like bugs and like gross out horror stuff with like bugs and snakes and stuff. And that was the great thing about that era of movies, especially
90s,
in the 90s, where like horror movies were starting to get like big budgets and shit like that.
Yeah.
Was that they used all real snakes, animals, and fucking bugs for this scene and spent like a shit ton of money on these bugs, and it's
Yeah.
just the grossest shit ever.
Yeah.
It's super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like had this horror kind of like it spiked in the 80s in America, and then
Right.
it like kept growing in the 90s, and the production value got higher and higher, like until like Saw, right? And like,
Yeah.
the early 2000s, and then they realized it like almost made them worse.
Right. Then Paranormal Activity came
Yeah.
out, and then people went
And
back
the
to
whatever the fucking
indie
Blair
horror.
Witch and
Yeah.
but and they like started getting like too stylized and weird.
I
And so they like were like, oh, we don't need to spend any money, and they can be great.
right.
But yeah,
Which I mean, both are true.
yeah. But then you have now it's like The Conjuring and those. all
Those movies
series
are fucking
really,
amazing.
really good.
Yeah. I still haven't finished the latest Annabelle, but
Yeah, I'm not up on the Annabelles.
yeah,
in general.
I've seen them all except for the new one.
I don't fuck with dolls, dude.
Yeah, dolls are fucking scary,
Yeah.
dude. Dolls are really scary. I had a My Buddy doll that my mom bought for me like 2 months before I saw Chucky. And I buried it in my fucking clothes as a kid, right?
Yeah.
This is 100% real shit. We could bring my mom on the podcast if we had to.
I'll call her.
Yeah. She would come.
Yeah. Got her number already.
Probably. I mean,
All right.
this is getting weird.
All right,
Point being was that I buried this shit under a mountain of clothes in my room, and I was just a fucking messy kid.
Sure.
And eventually, you know what I mean? If like people would be my housekeepers or whatever the fuck, were also like my babysitters. They were like multi-purpose people. I lived a pretty posh childhood. Would
You did this on the last episode too. I remember you were just talking about your life growing up, and I'm like, dude, now you're depressing everybody.
Okay, this is not depressing. Point being was that they found the pile of clothes, went through it, and then put the fucking doll back on my shit. And this was like a week after I had seen Chucky, dude. And I kept hiding this doll around my house, and people kept on discovering it. And you know what I mean? They're like,
And let's be real. Now that we're adults, fucking with kids is fun.
fucking with kids is fun.
So,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? They probably were like, this is going to be hilarious.
Right. And I hope that somebody got enjoyment out of it. I was scared shitless of that fucking doll. And I don't know how those dolls stayed in fucking production after Chucky.
They probably sold like a motherfucker,
Yeah, probably.
right?
I mean, realistically, if I had one now, I'd probably put it up somewhere at my house.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of shit scared me as a kid.
Yeah, what was your first most like? What was the scariest? The first scare.
The first horror movie that I really saw was Scream.
Okay, that was one of my first two.
Yeah, and Scream was one of those movies that, like, you know, when you're young and you're watching horror movies and you don't want to watch, but you have to find out what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
So, like, I had the remote. It was a day where, like, nobody was at my house, and I was, like, 6, I think, and I was just watching TV, and I kept like changing the channel when it got scary and having to go back. So I ended up just watching the whole fucking movie. And Scream, it's Wes Craven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scream really got me into horror.
Yeah, it's
a great movie.
One to get into horror with.
It's a really great starter fucking movie for horror. It has like all the cool elements of slasher films combined with some like.
Well, it's like a homage. It's like a love story / also making fun of everything about horror.
Right. And it just does a really great job. The first movie that actually scared me was A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was
17, 18.
No. I was 6. Thank you. I think I was 6. I believe it was that same year.
That's fucked up.
My sister showed it to me because she I think wanted to scare the shit out of me.
I watch that movie like every year around Halloween, at least once a year, and it obviously doesn't scare me anymore. But it's a frightening, like especially for 80s. It's not cheesy.
No,
it's a very different, interesting premise.
It's also like, it's dark as fuck.
Very dark.
This dude is a rapist. Yeah. This dude is a fucking rapist.
Yeah, a lot of fucked up jokes.
And I knew what rape was because I was big on Sublime. Again. Not because I had the audience. I was.
All right, that's in the trauma podcast.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
First of all, anybody out there who has some sort of sexual abuse, I'm not making light of anything. No. Okay.
Absolutely not.
It is not funny. My favorite band was Sublime when I was 5 years old. A lot of times now people will be like, "Oh, dude, do you like Sublime?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, they were my favorite band when I was 5." And it sounds like I'm like, you know what I mean, like being a really big dick, but it's just the truth. And so I knew what rape was because I asked my sister one day about Date Rape. I was like, "What's Date Rape? I really like this song." Yeah, and then she told me, and I was like, "I don't think I like this song anymore." No, you know what I mean? Yeah, this song is terrible. So the whole rapist thing really scared the shit out of me as a kid. And Freddy Krueger is fucking frightening.
Yeah.
He's just got open sores everywhere, and fucking he wears a really cool striped sweater.
Yeah. Well, what they did with him that I like, and they pulled it off, which is hard because normally you hide the monster. You do, and you either do a reveal or you don't, and that's how you scare people with their imagination. This was like, it's right. They tell you everything about him.
Right.
His whole backstory. You see him right away. He's fucking there, and he's still terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, they played into a very human fear, of night terrors.
Yeah.
And they connected it to this person that made, when I was scared to go to sleep for a month and a half. I stayed up for fucking 3 days as a kid. I was not using drugs.
You weren't at 6?
Not at 6.
Okay.
That was later.
Good to clear that up.
Yeah, just had it for the record. Not at 6. I was not even on Ritalin yet. Shout out to my parents. Yeah, I mean, I think that was one of those movies, like kind of like when I always heard stories of my sister seeing Jaws when she was a kid, and she was afraid to go to the beach for months, and when you're a kid, that's the beauty of horror movies. They can really have this, like, they have this power. It's like when you watch wrestling, you know what I mean? And you really think somebody's getting the shit kicked out of them.
Are you a big WWE, WWF guy? Oh, well, that might have to be a whole separate podcast, boys.
Yeah, huge. Absolutely huge to this day. Still, I just watched.
Oh, really? See, I'm like cut off. Dude, honestly, like when The Rock was rising to fame is when I stopped.
Sure, I didn't really like him very much.
No, me either. Stone Cold all day.
But I will give props to Dwayne Johnson as a human being. He definitely like maximized his fucking.
Oh career. I like him as a comedian, honestly, the most.
Yeah, he's good. I like that Get Hard or whatever. Oh no, that wasn't him. That's Will Ferrell. You know what I'm talking about though, where he plays the fucking CIA agent.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Okay, but yeah. What was your first?
For scare. The first horror movie I remember watching, which I don't remember much about the movie, but it was Arachnophobia.
Oh God.
I barely remember shit about it.
Okay.
It didn't really scare me. I didn't really know.
Yeah.
I was really young. The first polarizing moment. Okay. Probably Sixth Sense. Seeing it in theaters, like going in theaters to see it and being absolutely terrified. And the funny thing is, one of my other ones is Signs.
Okay.
So he fucked me up, and then he made trash. But like the scene in Signs, I didn't sleep. Like the scene, I don't know why aliens. Like I was fascinated by them as a kid, but it freaked me out.
Yeah, I mean they were scary in Signs.
Yeah, and like when he's watching the video in the closet, and it's walking by the birthday, and then it looks at the camera, I was fuck.
Signs was a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan really off to a fucking solid start with his entries into fucking directorial debut and shit.
Yeah. You know, and I'm like, what's it called? The Visit. That shit was really good.
I didn't see that one.
And like it's like in the middle of just trash.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's like really, really good.
So I've heard Lady in the Water is good too.
Didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
That was like
I
like The Village.
You like The Village. Okay.
Okay. The first time I saw it, obviously when I'm like, ugh, but the monster looks cool. That's it.
The monster looks fucking really cool.
I'm like, cool.
So The Village was what turned me off of his movies. Because I went in, I must have been 14 or something like that. I think we're around the same age, right?
I'm 31.
Okay, I turned 30 in like 2 months.
Oh, okay,
so,
cool.
Yeah. I went with my friends and we all got high. And we're like, yeah, because the kids I grew up with, we watched a lot of horror movies together. Which I think all kids should do.
Yes.
Two things that were fucking extremely important in my coming to age story were just marijuana and horror movies.
Not to go on a tangent, but it like teaches you a lot about the world.
Right.
And it gives you natural, healthy fears and confidence.
Exactly.
And like, because not to like bash people who don't like horror, but like my friends that like, they watch like one blockbuster that came out a year, they're less street smart. I don't know. That's how I felt. There's like something about that's like makes you appreciate shit. I don't know.
It brings a lot of different people's experiences to the table.
Yeah.
And I mean, also,
or maybe it's just that we both had traumatic childhoods.
Probably,
and that's why we gravitated towards it.
That's very true. So we all went to see The Village, and we were just so fucking excited for that monster because they show the monster in the previews. It has the big fucking claws, and it wears a hood, and just like clawed monsters wearing hoods. That's like the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
And it had like this cult setting. That movie, The Witch.
Amazing.
It reminds me a lot of the first half of The Village.
Yeah.
If that tone. And then the flip happened. I haven't watched it since. I'm assuming I could probably appreciate it as a movie.
Honestly, it's made me dislike it more. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Okay,
when it's been on TV. Because like you just said, it's so promising. And if they had literally just... I know it's not his way, but like didn't have a twist like that.
Yeah.
And like if some people died and it was like a tragic love story or some shit, it'd been like, oh, that's a great movie.
It would have been really cool. I really liked that monster.
But even I remember thinking the end of Signs was dumb even as a kid.
They killed them with water, right?
And she just happened. Even at like, I don't know, I guess I was old enough to like not be stupid. It's like, oh, she just happens to like drink one sip like throughout the movie and put water down all throughout the house. It's like her thing. She won't drink a full cup of water.
I just remember the swing away, Jacob, or whatever the fuck his name was. And it was Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what's it called? The Sixth Sense. Just
Fuck, dude.
that scene where they're walking through the school, and he freaks out, and he's like, "What?" And he looks up, and there's the dudes hanging. I will never get that. Yeah, that was like that was the one for me.
Yeah.
That and the hey, do you want to see my dad? I know where my dad keeps his gun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That was fucked up. And then for me though, it was the little girl, the mom that killed her daughter.
okay. Yeah,
That just psychologically.
yeah, that
like,
was
Jesus
that was really
Christ.
fucked
And the
up.
kid realizing it, and like, ugh.
So right now we're stuck in a horror movie, in real life.
Yeah.
Contagion,
Contagion, right? It's
yeah,
the same exact.
which
I haven't seen it.
I
just read an
just
article.
saw it. I just saw it. It is exactly what the fuck is happening right now.
There's just a side story. There's a reporter who reported on coronavirus is a reporter in that movie.
Oh, really?
And like also Lawrence Fishburne uses the terms that we
They're
like
using
social distancing.
yeah.
All like it's creepy.
Yeah, I watched it the first week of all this going on, and because my girlfriend wanted to watch it, and she's not even big on horror movies. I don't know. I think she just is a fucked up person.
Yeah, there we go.
But, yeah,
Shout out
shout out to Manel.
potentially our first
Yeah.
listener.
Yeah, I think so. She likes you. You know,
What?
I think she likes.
She must be really fucked.
Yeah, probably.
Most people don't.
I look, it's playing to my benefit right now, so thank you.
There we go.
She wanted to watch Contagion when all this started happening, because it was I think just because it was suggested on all these movie apps because
Yeah.
people were watching it, and we watched it, and I was like, holy shit, that's like exactly what the fuck is going on if this gets any worse. And then shit shut down like the next week, and then it was just like, okay, so we're living in Contagion.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think that like life right now is pretty scary.
It's also really disappointing
Right.
because I grew up also, I mean, less now, but loving zombie flicks.
Yeah.
And preparing myself for that situation, at least some excitement. And really, it's become very unexciting.
Oh yeah, this is mundane horror.
Yeah,
at its
there's
finest.
nothing to be afraid of. I mean, okay, you're afraid of a virus.
Let me
not
also say,
others.
Contagion is also really boring. When I was still getting high, I tried to watch this movie.
Yeah, couldn't.
I remembered the opening 45 minutes of it, but I could never get past that because I would just fall asleep once it turned into this whole science cat and mouse thing. Like, I'm not it. You know what I mean? Look, I can get down with that now. But back in the days when I was taking tons of pills and smoking, I didn't really have time for shit like that. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I'm sorry, Lawrence Fishburne. I don't give a fuck about your statistics, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm smoking fucking earwax, dog. You know?
Yeah.
I guess I had the problem. Not Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I think that was
Lawrence.
clear to
Yeah.
everyone.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah.
I've always hated when people call Lawrence Fishburne Larry Fishburne.
Never heard that.
That's a thing. That is a fucking thing. And it was
Never.
especially prominent when he was younger. I just feel like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, call the motherfucker Lawrence. You know what I mean?
Has he been in any horror flicks?
He has to have been in horror
Yeah.
flicks. He's been in fucking all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne is... I mean, yeah, that's something to definitely do further research into.
Yeah.
I mean, like... I think the lamest part about all of this is that there's all these movies that are getting postponed. Not the lamest part. Okay, that sounds super fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, bro.
Yeah.
That's like, what's her name? Ellen.
What'd you say?
Did you hear? No, you didn't hear this?
No.
This is great, dude. She like did a video from her mansion, talking about how it's like being in jail.
Yo. I did hear about this.
So
Shout out to
funny,
another
dude.
podcast, the Bodega
Really?
Boys,
Okay.
Diza Samiro. They were talking about how, like, if you think this is anything like
Yeah.
jail, you clearly have no idea what
You
the
have
fuck
no-
jail
yeah,
is
yeah,
like. Yeah.
Yeah. In your fucking mansion, just
Right,
like
right.
everything you need.
God, yeah.
It's funny, but at the same time, I'm not really in the business of taking what comedians say serious. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
people,
Yeah.
it's really stupid, but also like, and ignorant. But fuck, dude.
I mean, also, like, people say tons of ignorant shit every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're human beings. I think we're entitled to an amount
Yeah.
of ignorant and stupid shit.
Yeah.
I just said right now on this podcast
Yeah.
that movies being pushed back were the thing that sucked the most about this.
Yeah,
and there are people literally losing.
Yeah,
family
2,000 people
members.
died today.
Yeah.
In America.
But yo, dog, I'm trying to see that Candyman sequel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yo,
Another what's
Or-
it called?
reboot. Sorry.
Clive Barker was
Right.
the original.
And that's another
watched
one.
that
of-
recently, actually.
That's one of the that was one of the first horror movies that I saw.
Yeah, me
that
too.
was the one.
I was like on TV.
Yeah,
I think I saw it.
same. Yeah, that shit scared the shit out of me. I
just liked it. I don't remember it scaring me.
it scared the shit out of me, but not because it was like actually a scary movie. Because the character, the actor
Yeah.
who plays Candyman,
Yeah,
is scary as fuck.
yeah. He's great. He's been in a lot of horror shit.
Yeah, he was in Final Destination, and he was in
Hatchet, I think.
right. Yeah, okay, for sure.
think so.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
him.
he always plays like a voodoo dude from
Yeah, he plays
Louisiana,
right.
New
yeah.
Orleans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. That one I'm not. That one I'm not going to get into.
Oh,
I mean,
the
look,
French. She's got like a. It's the French. But the other movie I was thinking of is Nightbreed. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
It has. He's not even that prevalent in it, but I mean, he is. Okay, he is. But the villain has one of the dopest like costumes, masks ever.
Okay.
Look it up.
All right. I think we should assign, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
We should not in front of the non-existent at this time audience. But you know, I would be down to fucking pre-watch movies for this shit.
Oh no,
and
we're
talk
gonna
about-
do that for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, it's also Clive Barker.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So and he has like
Oh,
a
that's
knife,
frightening.
and and like he's a real dude, but that's his fucking mask. It's like this burlap sack that's tied super tight around his face with like zipper mouth and like button. It's creepy as fuck.
That sounds
It's a good movie. It's a very
sounds like
weird,
Scarecrow.
long.
but-
If you watch it, you have to watch the director's cut.
okay.
It's long.
Yeah, I just was reading that Clive Barker was
Yeah, he was
not
happy.
too satisfied.
Yeah,
I mean, I assume that he's never too happy. You know what I mean?
probably not.
Yeah.
Speaking of not happy, one of the greatest horror movies of all time, The Shining. Stephen King hates it.
He hates the movie.
He hates The Shining. He's liked everything else that people have done,
Okay.
which I get because it's the only Stephen King movie you watch and you don't know it's a Stephen King movie.
Right.
Every other Stephen King movie, you're like, eventually, you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like got that feel.
Yeah.
It's like a little less lofty,
What
but
are
in
your,
a good way.
What are your thoughts on The Shining?
I mean, I love it because I
Yeah.
love Kubrick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's one of the movies that like made me want to make movies.
Okay. Yeah. I would definitely say the same.
Mm-hmm.
There's The Shining is one of those movies that like when they talk about like movie magic,
Yeah.
like that shit is just like on a different level.
Yeah.
Of filmmaking. I mean, like questionably all Kubrick films have that shit though.
Yeah.
But I think The Shining is really cool. Also, shout out to Magical Negroes. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's
I
a
do.
magical Negro in that
Yeah,
movie,
he
bro.
teaches the
Yeah.
kid everything.
Yeah, he's like, hey, yo, son, I got The Shining too, cuz.
And his monologue, I read, so it's interesting. There's an article about, what's an article? Forget. No, I saw The Shining in theaters with Greg, like at an indie theater.
Okay.
And the like assistant director who worked with Kubrick through the whole thing was there live doing a Q&A.
Oh,
And he was talking about that guy who's not an actor and
the Magical Negro.
yes, and how Kubrick made him do it so many fucking times, and they were there for 24 hours, and
Was he like, damn, they out here working me like a slave?
yeah, they quoted him.
No, he probably didn't complain.
He was just stoked to be there, probably.
being in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
I know. Fucking Hollywood, fucking ungrateful actors.
Yeah.
The Shining was one of the first horror movies I saw. Definitely that scene with the twin girls and the river of blood. That will always be ingrained in my mind. I think that it's a shame what they did to exorcism movies throughout the past. Yeah.
I'm not a fan anymore.
No, I can't
Honestly,
be. I can't be.
I only really liked the original Exorcist. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, there's a couple others. There was that one with Anthony Hopkins.
That's an Exorcist movie, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, that
but
one's
even
good.
like all, Deborah Morgan, what was there like the Exorcist? Emily Rose.
Emily Rose.
It was okay.
That one was good.
Like I thought it was okay.
Not. It's not an amazing movie,
They're
but
just boring
yeah,
to me.
yeah. There's a lot of dialogue in those movies, and that can really just only go one of two ways.
Yeah.
You know, and generally when you're dealing with actors who their primary like attraction is not that they're good at acting. You know, I feel like a lot of times in horror movies, like they're cool looking,
Yeah.
or they're good looking. It doesn't, you know.
Well, I find acting in general to be one of the most overrated parts of any movie.
That's true. I mean,
Like-
soundtrack and
Some movies are. There are movies that are like, but also at the same time, I think you put even the best actor in a shit fucking written movie and it's not shot well and it's like they're gonna seem like a bad actor.
that's
That's
true.
why you go, oh, fucking Daniel Day-Lewis or whoever was in that one movie and he sucked. It's like I don't think it was his. He's doing the same shit every time.
Every time.
It's the fucking writing and the direction
Yeah.
that can make people look bad. That's why you can have a horror movie with someone you don't know, and if it's done right and edited well, like they can seem at least somewhat you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's exceptions. Like there's just like moments where there's like just kind of like this like divine luck of like first time direct,
Yeah.
not first time, but like Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween. You know,
Yeah.
where it's like you get both.
That's the thing, though. Even I honestly believe if you have a different director in that movie, it would be bad, the acting.
Right.
Because it already is like borderline, like her friends and stuff, and they're like joking, and it's like
yeah,
very borderline. You
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
without the feel and the soundtrack and the way it's done, it would be shit.
What do you think about the Halloween remakes? I mean, this is like
Which ones?
the Rob Zombie one and the most recent one.
I liked the most recent one as like a shout out to Halloween.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was like cool. I liked the ending.
Laurie Strode rides again.
Yeah, I like her being like a crazy prepper.
Yeah, that was cool. That she was like, "Yo, like I would want to live at her house right now."
Yeah, and that makes sense. Like, I'd hope that's what would happen.
Yeah, if you were
It's
fucking
not
haunted
like-
by it. Yeah.
Every other like reboot, it's like they're older and they've somehow gone on with their lives and like they've been
Right.
in 5 movies where they've been stalked by a killer and like,
Yeah.
it's all good. Yeah, that
and they
makes
don't keep that
sense.
fang on them all the time. They're out here fucking
Yeah.
lacking in the streets.
Yeah. Rob Zombie. So the first Rob Zombie Halloween, when I first saw it, I liked enough, but I wasn't as big of a horror guy yet.
yeah.
So I didn't really know the original. I've seen the original, but it wasn't like now one of my favorite movies, and I've seen it thousands. Like, so it's going back to the Rob Zombie one. I don't like it. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Standalone, maybe it's like decent. Like I like some Rob Zombie flicks, but yeah,
Yeah, I think it rode a lot on the fact that the girl who was in it was super hot. And that like the music was cool and it had the like Rob Zombie atmosphere.
yeah, it came out in the right time.
Yeah, it did. And like 'cause people are like the first one is amazing, the second one is trash.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
they're
I mean, like
pretty close.
they're pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I honestly think the second one might be better.
I can't distinguish them in my head. but-
I mean, the second one just has like kind of a cool ending with like the visions of their mom. But I don't know. I'm not a Rob Zombie hater. I fuck with his movies. And then I don't, you know, like,
yeah,
like,
House of Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects are great.
yeah,
I love them.
and great, like together.
Yes. What's the other one with the clown? Not the clown. Yeah, the like really fucked up clown.
Oh,
Halloween. It's like
31
30.
or whatever.
I liked it.
Yeah,
as
I like
a
that too.
Weird,
Yeah.
fucked up movie. Everything else, like I do not watch The New Devil's Rejects.
Oh,
Trash.
you saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Yeah. I mean, Sid Haig's dead, so
Yeah.
blew it.
I totally in his control.
Yeah. You fucking blew it.
Yeah, you fucking blew it, Rob. If you're listening right now.
Yeah, but they did a shit job with like him. And
Yeah.
like, oh, he's in jail forever, and then you know what I mean. It's
I
like,
was
oh, good.
really excited about the Lords of Salem when
I never saw it because I heard it was bad.
it is bad.
Yeah.
You did not hear wrong. It has cool scenes. Everything. I just don't think Rob Zombie should be directing entire movies or
Yeah.
writing them. You know,
Like maybe, yeah.
like I think he would play it great. Like if he had a partner, you know what I mean?
Maybe it's maybe direct the
Right,
movie
and not write it.
editing, the stylization is like very him.
Yeah.
And
But
then just not write it. And-
Don't
'cause,
develop the plot.
Yeah, he every time you're like, okay, there's a point in all of them, maybe except for the House of Thousand Corpses, but when you're like, oh, and it's Rob Zombie's just. You can imagine Rob Zombie stepping in while directing, like, nope, we're gonna go in this insane Rob Zombie direction.
Right. Like I need him to look more like a trucker.
Yeah.
And my wife Sherry Moon's gonna be dancing in the background.
Yeah.
And she's
We're gonna
smoking.
have a montage, yeah, of like hard rock, Sherry Moon, drugs,
Yeah.
and worthless dialogue.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
And go.
Fucking fantastic. Yeah, I really liked his movies when they started coming out. And I was like, oh yeah, Rob Zombie's fucking great.
Yeah, I was a big fan.
I was a big fan. And I'm not anymore. And that's not to say that his movies have changed. I just think as things go along, you really learn, you know, how you feel about them.
Yeah.
There are some movies that I think that are so like timelessly classic, like The House of the Devil. Because I've been putting off watching that movie for years. Because people told me it's fucking amazing, and people whose horror opinions I respected, were like, "Yo, it's fucking amazing. You need to see that shit." And I was like, "Okay, good. I'm gonna keep that in the bank for a rainy day." And with this whole fucking quarantine thing, the rainy day came, and I was with Andrew, one of our mutual friends, and we put it on. And I think there's something to be said about that movie, man. It does a lot of the things the right way, and it leaves you asking questions and wanting more. Which, like, I don't know how other people feel about this, but personally, I think like. You can't give everyone everything and people will never be happy. You know, the best you can do is leave people wanting more. It is the reason why the sequels to your favorite movies suck dick.
Yeah.
Outside of the Mighty Ducks 2, which is the greatest sequel to any movie.
Oh, okay. You're going to eat those words when I actually name the actual greatest sequel to any movie.
What is the actual greatest sequel?
Terminator 2.
Oh, okay. I agree. I agree. Both two of those movies are my favorite movies.
Okay.
From childhood. I just can't, I can't. God, Terminator 2. I think we can talk about this, right? Because Terminator 2 is in our definition of a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a
Terminator 2 is an action movie, but it's the sequel to a horror movie.
Apocalyptic.
It's a sequel to a straight horror movie.
Yeah. The original is much more horror. Yeah.
Yo, that movie is fucking perfect.
Yeah. No, it's
From costuming to
there's only a couple other perfect movies. And one of them I know you disagree, but I guess because I've seen it maybe 1,000 times, is Die Hard. There is nothing I would change about Die Hard or T2, and I don't know if I could say that anything else.
Look, I think as an
Maybe Jaws.
As an African American, I tend to be a little harsher on some of my brothers out there. You know what I mean?
What do you
in terms
mean?
of their performances.
Oh, because dude, that's a great performance. It's like a bromance.
There is a bromance level to it, but like he's also just like the useless black cop. You know what I mean?
Not useless.
I mean,
He saves the day.
Right.
I guess it introduces him as the
what I'm
useless
saying?
cop.
Like in real life, I feel
Okay, limo driver, dude.
What?
Do you remember the limo driver?
Yeah, like he was like young and
and like
yeah.
put on hip hop.
Yeah.
Put on Hip Hop Christmas by
Yeah.
like and like clowned on fucking
What's his
my
name?
boy.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck. Let me go back though to House of the Devil.
Okay.
So the director is Ty West.
Yeah, Ty West.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
You've
only
seen
done a
other
couple.
shit, right?
He's only done a couple of movies,
No, I mean he's it's
worked on a lot of stuff.
becoming-
But
So he's the Innkeepers,
I have not seen The
which is
Innkeepers.
pretty good.
Yeah,
The Sacrament, which is incredible.
have not seen that either. I've seen another one of his movies, but
You'll love The Sacrament
really,
if you like cult shit.
yeah,
It's next level.
okay. I mean, that's probably
It's like what's that fucking bullshit? I mean, it was good, but it just came out. But the cult,
Midsummer.
yeah, it's like
Oh.
what that wishes it could be.
Okay,
I think.
look, I like Midsummer too. But
Well, I'm the VHS. He's got
right, that's
is-
the
yeah.
one that he has a segment in that, and his segment in that is fucking cool as shit.
and then In a Valley of Violence.
Okay, I've seen that, but I don't
Yeah.
remember it.
It's kind of a more of a Western, which another weird subgenre which I love is Western horror.
Horror. What was the one?
Bone Tomahawk is like the
Yes, Bone
you know,
Tomahawk. Yo,
so
that
good.
shit is fucking
I
amazing.
can watch that anytime. I'm like, yeah.
That shit is amazing.
If I'm always like, what's you know what I mean? I want to be entertained.
I had some high key reservations towards watching that movie because like the people that I watched it with, I mean I don't have much respect for their taste in movies.
Yeah.
But
That one does seem to cross
a lot,
like
right?
people like who don't like horror love that
Right.
movie too.
And they wanted to watch a Western, so they put it on. And I love Westerns, but not recent Westerns. I think the only one that I've seen recently that I like is Hell or High Water. That Bone Tomahawk is fucking scary. Also
Yeah.
frightening.
Yes.
That crazy race of like fucking what's it called? Of like
And yeah, with the white paint.
the white painted Native Americans who like lived in caves their entire lives and shit.
Yeah.
And have developed different vocal cords. That
Yeah.
shit is
Yeah, and what was cool there, like what was that movie? Green Inferno.
I haven't seen it.
It's okay, but
It's what's his name from Hostel?
Eli
right? Eli
Roth.
Roth. Yeah.
but and a lot of these movies do that where it's like it gives you some hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe you can find some level of empathy or compassion for the tribe. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this was just like there's none, and they're just cutting dude in half with a fucking
in Bone
jawbone.
Tomahawk.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Because Green Inferno was like a shout out. It was like a hearken to like older days
to
of
Cannibal Holocaust.
Cannibal Holocaust. And Cannibal Holocaust
great.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah. We'll do a Cannibal Holocaust episode.
For sure. He rapes a goat in that movie, right?
I don't think so. The fame is that he killed a turtle.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the fame is like they actually killed a
Killed a
turtle
turtle,
on
okay.
camera.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might have raped a goat, but the director went into hiding for a year
Yeah.
because he claimed it was real
It was
and
real.
like they were looking for him.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah, I think Bone Tomahawk. I can't. It'd be hard pressed to find a place where that movie could have been better in any section.
Yeah.
That one, like the kind of like the anti-hero gunslinger dude,
I feel like there was an annoying character.
the girl.
No,
Okay.
I don't know. The nerd dude. Not nerdy,
Oh,
but like the
yeah.
more there's always
Yeah.
that guy.
The doctor.
Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah, the doc. Yeah, I mean, he was also kind of the hero too.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember specifically the scene with when they're going through the pass and it's
Yeah.
very narrow. That whole scene's incredible.
Yeah, it's a scary movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot. I think it takes a lot more to get scared these days.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the other that's people who don't watch horror. When I'll be like, "Hey, watch House of the Devil, watch The Innkeepers, whatever," and they watch and I do that wasn't scary. I'm like, yeah, it's not like
It's not supposed to be. Yeah.
for me. I can't even tell the difference. Like, I guess the last movie that like kind of scared me was The Conjuring 2, the one where it's in England.
Okay.
The Nun. I mean, it was like there were some scary parts.
Yeah, the Conjuring 2
But
is scary.
there's
Insidious 2.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, Insidious 3.
Yeah,
Insidious
yeah.
3 is very scary. Like
What's that? The
jump
keys?
scares.
What's that? Like keys to the?
It's the one where the girl, the teenage girl, gets possessed, and
Oh, in the old house and
Yeah.
it's like abusive, all
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, yeah. I saw it in theaters.
yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I think I saw that in the house.
Yeah, I did. I saw that in the house too.
Okay. Yeah, that shit was scary.
But
And that's what people consider horror.
yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of jump scares and shit like that. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
They definitely don't make a good movie. But was that? Is it Justin Lin or is it James Wan?
James Wan.
It's James Wan. Okay.
Yeah.
James Wan has fantastic jump scares
Mm-hmm.
and good movies too. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to fucking discredit if you're listening to this, which you aren't. But if
Yeah,
you were to
one
listen to this
day.
at any point
Yeah.
one day, I just want to let you know that
Keep
I
doing
do.
what you do.
Yes, I think you totally revitalized the genre.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That is true.
Yeah.
He made way for indie horror for
because
sure.
you came out with the same types of movies that people were making shitty
Mm-hmm.
and just showed people that they could be done dope
Yeah.
again. And so I just, props where props are due.
Yes.
However, some of my favorite horror movies just they don't have jump scares and they're not that scary.
Yeah, no. Texas Chainsaw Massacre doesn't have a jump scare.
No.
Doesn't also, well, okay, technically it does, but not your traditional like music and da da da. Like
Yeah.
there's when he comes out and like grabs when they first go in the house, there's no music, there's no sound. All you hear is him dragging that fucking like into the door and slamming it.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the scariest. It's like a scene that will forever haunt me and be in my mind
Okay, so
forever.
this is going to be a big deal. You can probably guess where
haven't
this is
seen it.
going. No, I've seen it.
Okay.
I don't like it. I know. Just wanted to let you know, guys. Right now, the whole podcast is
The
being
original.
rethought. The first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's fun. I just don't think it's that good. Wow. Yeah.
How many times have you seen it?
Once.
Oh.
Recently.
Again, I watch it every year.
Okay. I mean, I'll rewatch it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you got to put it into the time it was made.
And I think then it's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But like Halloween is dope then and now. I think Texas Chainsaw is dope then and now. But there's literally, they don't show a single murder scene.
in the Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
Massacre. Yeah.
You think about, oh man, it's like, but it's also,
It's just like
So
psychological
scary.
horror. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
family is
fucked up.
frightening.
yeah. And her running from him and
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I don't know. I'll reconsider
Okay.
that. I just had to. I mean, I can't just not say.
you know,
I
that's
felt
that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of shit I don't like that everyone else likes. I don't like the Friday 13th entire series.
Fuck Friday the 13th.
Yeah. It's the most garbage. I mean, I'll watch it and there are like number 3 is cool.
Yeah.
But
Is
the
that the one
first
with?
two
That's the one
suck.
with Corey Haim or whatever.
I don't even remember. But it's his first time he gets his mask. Like he really looks like
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
The first one, Jason's not in the first one.
No.
The second one, he has a fucking bag over his head.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, look, those movies are their own thing.
yeah, and
you
they
know?
told like it. They gave the rest of the '80s a bad name.
Right. They
like-
watered down the slasher.
Yeah, they go, oh, it's the same as Halloween. It's the same as Nightmare. It's the same as Hellraiser. It's like it is a different category. It's a slasher for sure, but Halloween is on another level of slashers.
I would be so hard pressed to find a movie that was the same as Hellraiser. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that shit is just its own like hypersexual, just crazy shit. But yes,
yeah, but when people who don't know horror, they lump
Yeah,
the
of
'80s in
course.
together.
that is one of my least favorite things is listening to people talk about horror movies. Which so if you're doing this right now, you know what I mean. Thank you.
No, people who don't know what they're talking about. I love people who know what they're talking about
Right.
horror.
Right.
I listen to a lot of horror podcasts, but
Shout out to Brian Posehn. I know you have some dope
yeah, that guy.
opinions. Yeah.
But no, I and people who like my boy Scotty, who will be on this pod. You know, he'll be here. But
Oh yeah, Scott does.
he's very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
But like people who don't like or kind of like or like, it takes, for whatever reason, it's the only genre it's the only genre that has like a cult following, fan base. People don't make movie podcasts about dramas.
No.
People don't, you know what I mean? Like
No.
dissect romantic comedies.
Horror speaks to a lot of natural, primal.
Yeah, it releases
Impulses.
endorphins to be scared.
Yeah, it's a
So-
great thing. It definitely, if you're coming off drugs or trying,
Sure.
yeah, you know what I mean.
I watched Blair Witch a couple times in detox.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah, in case we're both recovering drug addicts.
right.
This
Yeah.
is awkward. Just we're both sober.
Hey, mom, still
Doesn't
sober.
really matter. Whatever. No, but that's not, Blair Witch fucked me up as a kid for sure.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah,
too
it
young.
did, and even that movie is disappointing. But
You don't like Blair Witch?
I like Blair Witch. Don't get me wrong. I like Blair Witch, but look, Blair Witch is an incredible fucking low budget horror movie. Indie fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
When you think about how hard people hyped up the Blair Witch Project when we were younger, all those commercials
That's what made it.
of the fucking it was the first of its kind.
Yeah.
It scared the shit out of me as a kid. I did not prep myself for how it had aged comparatively
Really?
to a lot of the found cam videos, particularly some of the scenes in VHS and stuff like that. You know, like I think the VHS
Those are great. 1 and
with
2.
the girl with the vampire.
Yeah,
yeah, like
I think that might be his too, Ty West.
okay, for sure.
Pretty sure.
That is one of the dopest found, and the dude with the eye implant, like those are some of the coolest found footage horror sequences I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Fully fledged. The Blair Witch, it drags on for a fucking long time. And like, you know, there is enough to like hold it up, but you got to know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
It's not a thrill ride.
No. I mean, I saw it, you know, a couple years ago for the last time, and I liked it. But
I liked it too.
for me, besides VHS, I don't really like found footage shit.
Yeah.
I think VHS worked because it was shorts.
Yeah.
I'm not even huge into Paranormal Activity or, you know what I mean?
I
But-
really like 1 and 3. I could 2 doesn't need to exist. I like 3 because I like obviously cult movies, and
Yeah.
it was cool that it all came back to
I don't know if
this.
I've seen 3.
I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but it does have to do with some satanic cult shit, and
cool.
it does escalate
Because I hate ghost shit.
in a way. Yeah, ghost shit is
That's
fucking
like
stupid.
that's my least favorite subgenre
Yeah,
is ghost stories, which is the Innkeepers is
a ghost.
they do
story.
a good job of it though.
Okay.
And it's also Innkeepers and The Sacrament. Now that I'm talking about
Are
it,
found
both
footage?
found footage.
So Ty West.
He's good.
Okay.
I mean, there was a boom of that with these new. Have you seen The Battery?
no.
So that kind of sparked. There was this boom in the last 10 years, maybe more than 10 now. But
Found footage movies.
no, of low budget and these
Oh.
like really good directors that are were like Ty West, some other guys. But The Battery was done with like $8,000,
Oh, okay.
and it's one of the best zombie movies you'll ever see, which is crazy. I don't even know if there's any zombies in it.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Super creative. But what was I gonna say? Oh. What are they called? Different segment compilation.
Oh, yeah,
When you have like like shorts
yeah, but what the
put together.
we're talking about movies like VHS and Southbound.
Yeah. Thank you. So you've seen Southbound.
Great movie.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Because that was
fantastic.
I turned Scott onto that. That's when he was like, now forever he asked me for horror recommendations because it's like his favorite movie now.
Southbound was
It's in my top for like the last whatever decade.
sure 10 years. I think
Yeah.
that's solid. Yeah, Southbound's fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. It's like the only one I've seen that's done it well where they're tied together.
Yeah, yeah, same. I think absolutely. There's like it's cool that they're each their own movie, but they keep like thematic and atmospheric similarities,
Yeah.
and then they tie together.
Yeah. And I still don't know what the fuck happened at the end. Or,
Me neither, with
I
the,
don't know
like,
what the
Angels
fuck
of
is
Death and
yeah,
shit,
and them driving over and
Away,
over. I don't know.
yeah.
They did something,
Yeah.
but okay. Fuck. So I was gonna be like, yo, if you haven't seen Southbound, you need to watch it for next episode. So I'm glad you've seen it.
I have seen Southbound.
Okay, my favorite? I think I mentioned this before. One of my favorite, so Stephen King movies kind of defined what started my love for horror.
Okay.
A lot of the cheese made for TV, just watching horror movies on TV.
Yeah,
Like
that was
AMC had like
great
fucking
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
kept playing shit over and over, and I just have this like it's like really comforting for me to watch Stephen King movie.
Okay.
There's a very specific vibe. It's like not too serious, right? It's like
Yeah.
I know I'm not gonna be like fucked up,
Yeah.
but it's still gonna be like there's gonna be some fucked up shit. But Maximum Overdrive.
Haven't seen it.
So you got to go into it with an open mind, and you got to love Emilio Estevez.
Oh, dude. I've heard about this movie before. I've heard about this movie.
So-
it's about
It's really bad.
it's about like zombies or
Aliens
aliens
have taken
that-
over
body snatchers.
of motorized vehicles.
Okay, for sure. I knew
Trucks.
I've read about this movie before.
Yeah, if it had gas, I think they could take it over or something, or electric or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm a huge Emilio Estevez person. Coach Bombay all the way.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So that's what if you could watch that, and then what's one?
For you,
Yeah, I know it's hard.
let's see. I mean, I know you've seen all of the Jordan Peele shit.
Yeah, I fucking hated Us.
Really?
Hated it. Like
Okay.
Viley was so upset and disappointed.
That's a great movie.
Incredible. Dude, Asian. I'm big into all the Asian horror. We're talking about. I saw the devil.
Right.
Poster.
Yeah, I guess they can't
But,
see.
No, it's incredible. I love all the fucked up Asian stuff.
Let me think. God.
Well, okay. Why do you are you into old like the Universal monsters?
Sure.
Okay. What's your favorite? Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Creature from the Black
can
Lagoon is
still watch it.
fantastic. I would take it further than that. Oh God, why am I blanking on it?
Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
No. I actually haven't seen that.
Okay.
Fucking the first vampire.
Oh yeah, Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Nosferatu is fucking.
I watched that in film class in high school.
Did you see like the '90s kind of like play off of it?
I don't think so.
Where it's a documentary about the dude. It's not a documentary. It's a biopic.
Okay.
But and how the dude who played Nosferatu, like really weird shit happened to him.
Really?
Yeah, it's super tight. I'm trying to wait. Oh, I know what to do. You haven't seen the Suspiria remake?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
What
I
do you-
liked it a lot.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So that didn't land.
Saw that.
But I just want to let you guys know I recommended that to Nick and he watched it. So,
yes. Yes. It was really good.
and you liked it.
Really good.
Yeah.
I did a good enough job keeping to the original and being changing. So,
Right. Yeah, I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
You obviously can't remake a movie like that and fucking just remake it.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of Italian horror that I've seen that is very obscure, but like Pieces, I don't think I have the Blu-ray here. I don't think you can like find it anywhere.
Really?
But yeah.
Gosh.
What just start naming some of your favorites. I'm sure I've seen them, but you know.
Wait, is this?
Okay, what's your favorite 90? We'll do it by decade.
Okay.
70s is Halloween for me.
Yeah, 70s probably Halloween for me too.
Halloween's my number one of all time.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Just
John
so
Carpenter,
everybody knows.
soundtrack wise and movie wise, is kind of the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it really gets much better. 80s,
Nightmare, I think, for me.
Word.
And also I'm talking about like defining generation of film. So if I would do that, it'd be Last House. Like that is a 70s fucking
Right,
like
right.
to its core. Or The Hills Have Eyes.
I haven't seen the original.
Okay, it's good.
I have not seen the original.
Then
Have you seen It Follows?
yes.
Okay. You've seen Teeth?
Yes.
Okay.
But then the 90s, one of my favorites is Idle Hands.
Idle
To
Hands
me,
is tight as
That's
fuck.
90s.
Yeah.
Right? That
Idle
is
Hands
90s
tight as
in a
fuck.
fucking movie.
Yo, it has Devon Sawa in it too.
It's got Jessica Alba.
Devon Sawa is the quintessential 90s protagonist.
Yeah.
Every person in, I don't care
Is he-
what fucking race you are,
Yeah.
he's easily identifiable.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, yeah. He was in... Wasn't he also in the first Final Destination?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I love. I loved all those.
Great movies up there, just in terms of like the best.
Just fun. To go and have fun with a movie, it's going to be a Final Destination film.
Final Destination movies are super fun because people just fucking die left and right.
And original is one of my least favorites.
Really?
I like the roller coaster one.
Oh, that's like later on in the game.
Yeah.
That's like 3 or 4.
Yeah. I just like the ones with the best deaths.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of get to that point.
Yeah.
You've seen the new It?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not that I just didn't. There's certain bigger horror movies that you don't watch.
It's true. So it might be, big. If you're going to pick one, it's either going to have to be very obscure or big.
Yeah.
Because everything in between I've probably seen.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I haven't seen, I don't think, any of the Annabelles.
Oh.
That was good enough to see.
Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. Hold on. Let me
Okay.
figure out the one that I want you to watch, though. Or wait, hold on. Have you seen Oculus?
Yes.
Okay.
The Australian one, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's Australian director, I think.
Really?
I think.
Is it about a giant mirror?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Fuck.
No, now I just have to be right. It's not even right.
Oh.
You've seen Babadook, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's great.
Hey, wait, I don't think you've seen Oculus
Why?
because it's directed by Mike Flanagan.
Who I know. He's also one of the indie guys.
Wait, you know him?
Yeah.
Oh, word.
He did. I'm looking him up.
Absentia.
He did Hush,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool. Ouija. Oh, he did Doctor Sleep.
Have you seen Oculus?
I'm like, let's see. Let me read about it.
So for those of you who have not seen Oculus,
No, I think I definitely have.
okay, for sure.
But I remember there's all these movies from this era. They just came out and were kind of similar.
Did you see the second Ouija, Origin of Evil?
Yeah, I think I did. I don't think I've seen the first one. I think I've only seen
The second one sucks. The first one sucks.
Yeah.
The second one is the only good one. You've seen the new Dawn of the Dead.
How new?
Like, not very new.
With the zombie baby.
With Ving Rhames.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You've seen 28 Days Later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that was... I was just trying to
I know. Yeah, there might be like a. Well, I haven't seen what's it called? 3 that you were just talking about.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that either.
No,
What?
Paranormal Activity 3.
Oh, you haven't seen Paranormal Activity 3? Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Okay, watch that. I thought you were talking about the third Devil's Rejects movie or whatever the fuck
No.
it's called.
Okay. Now I'm regretting my Maximum Overdrive. God, it's so good though.
Yeah, no, I think you're good with that. Look,
So
I'll
bad.
come prepared for next week.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we'll do like a theme or something.
Yeah. I think it'd be great to get Scotty here too.
Yeah. He'll be harder to get here, so I think I might do he'll be like every other guest or something like that. He doesn't have a car and he lives in the South Bay. But
I'm always there. I could pick him up.
true.
Does he live in the house?
No.
Okay, yeah.
But he lives by the house.
Oh, whatever.
He would love to get out of the house.
Okay.
Um,
Creep Show is also great.
yes. I know I've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm just blanking. Are you a fan of Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got every season on Blu-ray. If you
Okay. Hell yeah.
ever want to dive into
What do you think
those
about Tales from the
shenanigans.
Hood?
I don't think I've seen it, dude.
Oh,
I don't think I could.
Damn. I think that we might have a new.
Okay, that'll be a. Can we do a blaxploitation horror week?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
super down with that,
Yeah.
especially with the
Leprechaun in the Hood. I've seen.
Leprechaun in the Hood is a
That
classic.
slap.
I just want, I mean, especially that'll be great to talk about with all of these like new black horror movies that are coming out that are all really good.
Difference and like the evolution.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, us is garbage.
right, and that's
can
just
talk
not
about that.
it's not just you who thinks that.
Yeah.
I like it, but I understand the opinion that it sucks.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hit or miss movie. I think that Jordan Peele is, regardless of that, a cinematic genius.
Yeah. I mean, we have 2 serving sizes, small,
Yeah,
but I think whatever Get Out was incredible.
Get Out was incredible.
I do understand what he was trying to do with us. I just fucking hated it.
Yeah,
So, but I understand it wasn't because lack of like it being good, if that makes sense.
right. It's a good movie.
It wasn't like a flop, like a what's his name, Signs or whatever.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, that's more like it's like if somebody loved Sixth Sense but hated Signs.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like
different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. He was doing something different there. I don't, I'm really hoping. I have a lot of faith in this new Candyman. So
Is he directing that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm stoked.
yeah,
I love I just watched that.
yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's highly underrated, and that's also kind of the like,
Yeah.
it's
That's
like
in there.
the classic.
Mm-hmm. A lot of sexual tension in that movie too.
Yeah,
Like Hellraiser style.
yeah.
A little bit of that
Dark
violent.
shit.
Yeah. Like,
Dark shit.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Cool. Well, I don't know what the name of this podcast is yet,
yeah. I mean,
but we'll
it
figure that out.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe you
figure it out.
guys, maybe our one listener can send some suggestions in.
I'll ask my girlfriend.
There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so next week we'll come and we'll talk. We'll talk about Paranormal 3 and
we'll talk about Maximum Overdrive.
Very different eras, both low budget.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean that's what ties them together.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a
Have a-
scary day
Stay safe out there.
or don't.
Right.